World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, The Elder Scrolls Online, Guild Wars 2, RuneScape are all the supposed top 5 MMOs according to Josh Strive's Discord. However, there is another MMO which was fully released this year which I feel is a contender. And no, I'm not talking about the relaunch of New World. This game has a top appraisal from some of the biggest content creators out there.
What do you think of the game?
It's pretty alright. It's not that good yet, but it can be better.
I think that's the resounding feeling that I and a lot of other people have.
I do think currently 90% of players would quit out of impatience after the first 90 minutes, as that's how I felt initially.
As much as I can see the appeal of this game, I am not the demographic you're trying to appeal to.
I am, of course, talking about Mortal Online 2, and I have to say, it's a fucking masterpiece. Sneak attack! Oh, that's bad. Oh, that was a one hit.
Those are my bags from my horse!
I'm usually better at fighting than this. I can't find my glasses.
Easy there! Ah, god damn! Oh! Ow! Okay.
You're not modded. You're not modded this channel. You don't have that power.
I'm just talking!
I don't think I can do anything about that.
Oh, you fuck!
I felt like, you know when you watch a movie and it's like some kung fu fighter, he's taking on like 10 people at once. I felt like one of 10 people. So where do we start with Mortal Online 2? Well, I guess we'll look at what even is it. And that's kind of hard to describe because it's basically whatever you want it to be. That being said, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's a very hardcore MMO. And on top of that, there's no real story. The story is basically what the players make it.
Hey yo, we're here to talk about your car insurance extension.
And by that, I mean there are some big characters on this game. You have players who are just known for being little shits, who will gank you and your horse. Hey Excrement, how's it going, buddy? You alright? You having a good day? You also have players who are leaders of huge guilds who roam around either killing other players or protecting them. There's not multiple instances or an NA server or EU server, it's just one big map where players can interact with each other. Throw in the fact that PvP is enabled at all time, there's no pay to win, you have limited skills you can level up in, and it's one character per account. The game was developed and published by Swedish independent video game company Starvolt, who you probably never heard of, but the main thing about Starvolt is that their CEO looks like the Giga Chad meme. But in all seriousness, it's a small development team who seem to listen to the community and they do weekly streams to talk about the development of the game. Every time I see a video about solo players in MMOs, I cringe and my testicles recede up inside myself at the mere thought of playing an MMO without other people. Because the reason I play an MMO is to actually play with other people. And that's why Mortal Online 2 is so amazing. It's built in a way that you can't go around and solo anything and everything. You have limited skills which actually prevent you from being a master crafter, tamer, / alchemist, / healer, / tank, / DPS, which in a way forces you to socially interact with other players. Kaden, I will look out for you and hopefully we can fight together one day against the scoundrels.
I doubt it. I'll probably kill you on my other character later. Good luck.
Okay, bye. What a nice guy. I've seen a lot of players, but Eddie's the worst. Hello, Bodkun. How's it going? I see you are well. Your armor has changed. Did you survive the sewers again? Yes, I agree. Yes, good day. He doesn't say anything, but I just like to be polite. He's not much of a talker, but just interacting with him just brings me like joy in my heart. This isn't to say you have to be a massive RPer to enjoy this game. It will, however, enhance the overall experience if you jump on mic and actually talk to people.
I'm looking online to see where.
I'm looking for the library. I'm new around town. You help? Yes, okay. I found help, Eddie. I'm follow. He takes me outside and bombs me. I mean, the thing is, because she gave the money back.
Hello, my friend?
Hello?
Are you streaming right now?
No?
Because your microphone is on not push to talk. We can hear everything you say.
Oh,
Just so you know.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for letting me know. Full loot PvP in an MMO is just simply not popular. It's for very hardcore players who don't mind the thrill of being chased down or ganking someone to steal all their shit. But the way that Mortal Online 2 do their full loot PvP is not as bad as people may think. With Mortal Online 2, it doesn't promote the whole let's sit on a boss for 20 hours in the hope that it drops some loot. It's more about going out, farming for items, crafting your own gear, and just being actually self-sufficient. And if you can't craft your own gear, have a trade where you can actually, I don't know, go out, tame horses, and then sell them on for gold, which you can then use to buy the crafted items. You soon realise that death is more of an inconvenience than it is soul destroying and stopping you from completing the game. Stuff like jewellery stays on you even after death, as well as your cape. So realistically, you're only really losing armour, weapons and material, which isn't the hardest thing to go out and curate. One of the more interesting social political things that go on within this game is the whole attitude towards player killers. You actually have guilds dedicated to going down and hunting well-known like briefers or people who are simply just always going around murdering people, which in effect builds up this whole community and network of people who are talking to each other so they can pass information as to who's good, who's bad, which guilds are going where, which guilds are killing who. There are of course protected places. Subdomain cities have NPC guards who will attack any criminals, so it's not like you just go around into a city and murder everyone there, unless you go to a town which is known for being lawless because there are no NPC guards. The combat itself has been compared to Chivalry 2, which honestly I just do not agree with. If anything, it's more like Skyrim or Oblivion. But even that is a truly unfair comparison. There are different weapon types, there are different armor types, there are different spell schools, you can fight on your horse. There's so much more complexity to the combat that you wouldn't even believe. There's a great deal of complexity to this game which just honestly gets overlooked. I would be lying if I thought this would be top of the Steam charts anytime soon. Realistically, this game had an abysmal launch where players couldn't even get into the game, but guess what? Which MMO has a great launch? And there's been a few bugs and exploits over this time which honestly put a lot of people off. One of the biggest things it's got going against it is that it doesn't appeal to casuals. It's not a case of putting the best armor on in the game and going around and slaughtering everyone. You have to actually learn how to play. To give you an idea as to how hardcore this game is, even the map that you start off with doesn't tell you your exact location. You have to work it out by looking at the lay of the land. And because of reasons like that, it puts people off, which means it just won't have the popularity of other mainstream games, which to be honest, I don't mind. I don't want to be mainstream. Mortal Online 2 is on track to be one of the very first large-scale MMOs on Unreal Engine 5. Those aren't my words, that's actually a statement from their website. And honestly, I'm very excited to see what they can do with it. A little unknown up-and-coming MMO called Ashes of Creation has also adopted Unreal Engine 5 as its main game engine, and it goes without saying, it looks pretty spectacular. And how exactly are StarVault funding this? Well, it looks like they got a grant from Epic Games, which also means that the game will be on their launcher in the near future. There was original plans to have a subscription fee to Mortal Online 2, but they haven't implemented that just yet. So in the meantime, it's still just a one-off payment to play this amazing game. Mortal Online 2 has been under the radar for such a long time. I mean, the only reason I started playing it in the first place was because a friend suggested it, and when they described it to me, it sounded pretty amazing. This game's community is so small that the very first time I streamed it on Twitch, I actually had Henrik the CEO come into my chat. And honestly, I didn't even know who he was, and he was trying to give me some advice, and it was just a funny little occurrence. But that's never happened to me on any other game that I've played. I think that truly shows how much passion and heart the devs have for this game and how much they want to make it work. The community is what really pulled me into this game, but the devs' passion and desire to make this game work is what makes me want to stick around. I know this game isn't going to appeal to everyone, but I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. And if you want to see more MMO reviews, by all means smash that like button, 6 to 9 likes, tell your nan to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.